I was working the polling place on election day. We started right off with having the poll coordinator trying to have me removed because I was getting in the way of her running the polling place. We were very busy, and the number one concern, as always, is the accommodating of voters and making sure they're voting the right ballot in the right precinct. While the coordinator was on the phone with Election Central trying to have me removed, me and the other judges were working to accomplish just that. The New York Times and other media outlets are already trying to figure out what went wrong with this election. How could the Democrats lose when they're running the show? We don't live in a vacuum. For many of us, this has been a 16-year journey of hearing we're in the way of someone else running the show. The message that the space we take up is somehow taking away from someone else. I often balk at the idea that we're a Christian nation, but we are a holy nation. We're not taking up space. We're here to contribute something. And it's no one's place to try to have us removed from the polling place. The Democrats failed by doubling down on the idea that Trump supporters are the problem instead of working together and simply hearing us. No one wants to be victimized by authority and over officiousness. We intuitively balk at it. And that's exactly what we did on election day. Welcome. Welcome to Conservative Coffee Hour. I'm Stanley Smith. We haven't been living in a vacuum here or a bubble at Conservative Coffee Hour. We've been on this topic for 4 years now. The general idea is that we've tracked the idea that politics and culture is probably always moving to the left. It's just a matter of the pace of the progress that we're really navigating. We all want progress, but we also want to hold on to some semblance of what is familiar. Many of us felt disenfranchised by the financial collapse and then the Obama presidency. We had the brief reprieve of Trump's first presidency, but then it was the 1-2 punch of the pandemic and the Biden presidency. This election cycle has as much to do with unresolved trauma from the pandemic as it does with generational shift. It's a course correction that resulted from being destabilized, at least being destabilized of half the nation. The New York Times said this morning that the Trump presidency will usher in a new era of uncertainty. That's exactly what people voted for. We didn't want to experience the certainty anymore of bad outcomes under Democrat leadership. We're willing to take the gamble on the uncertainty of reaching our dreams and aspirations, instead of experiencing the certainty of being demoralized by the state. More important, Trump reached more voters in more places in this election: women, men, Black, Hispanic, Asian, and Muslim. Even the Amish, who are somewhat reluctant to participate in elections, came out. In my polling place in downtown Chicago, we had close to 33% of the votes for Trump. This is a huge showing for a conservative candidate in a liberal voting area. As much as we hear about the importance and dominance of urban voting centers, early analysis show that rural voters offset the urban centers by being predominantly for President Trump, leaving very little area for Democrats to gain ground overall. This is a narrative we haven't really heard before. Many of us have learned how to be grateful during this long period of being unhappy. It's the difference between being faithful and seeing the human dignity in everyone. We can be grateful and we can be happy. And now we can show other people how to do the same. If you would like to join us at Conservative Coffee Hour is every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time on Zoom. I will include my email in the description of this video. Be happy to send you an invitation. And I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.